What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a story time video. It's not that long, but it's just a little something to post for this week, as next week I've got a bit of a bigger video, something a bit more uplifting, I guess is the word for that. So today is just a quick story time video. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. A basic rundown of it is I essentially, a lot of people wouldn't describe it as this, but through the eyes of the law we'll look at it that way. It was technically assault, but through the eyes of anybody else it was just like a little push, but coming from the owner of an actual restaurant slash bar, it's not looking too good on them. So I'm not going to name names, I'm not going to name places, I'm not going to name anything other than me, because you know that I was there, but I'm not going to mention anybody else that was there. So a while ago I posted a post on Facebook. It was quite a long post and quite aggressive about this place, saying everything that had happened, and it was technically a review, so there was nothing they could do about it. But once I had posted this post, there was a comment on it, and it said, if you don't remove this post, we'll get our lawyers involved. Which I didn't do. I didn't get the post removed or anything. It's still there. So they didn't get their lawyers involved. Quite disappointed. Was quite looking forward to that, because they wouldn't have won anything. So basically what happened was I went with a friend to collect their last lot of wages. They were working at this place at the time, and they were leaving. They had given 2 weeks notice, which, fair enough, that's what they asked for. They said that was absolutely fine. And then they refused to pay him for ages, saying that he should have given a month's notice, how he'd let them down and everything. And basically just guilt-tripping him and dragging it out as long as they could without having to pay him. So we show up at this place. It's a very, very small place, but still, you can fit quite a nasty person in such a small place. And we walked through, and the anger coming off of the owners was unreal. And you could see the staff and everything, they looked terrified. They looked like they didn't want to be there. It was a bad environment altogether, really. So we walked through, went to the office, and they had a little dig at me, made a joke about me being my friend's security guard, because apparently he couldn't defend himself, which I thought was quite a low blow. But still, it is what it is. And what do you want? I'm in the middle of filming. Hello. You know I'm leaving that in, right? So, as I was saying, we got there, we went through to the office, everyone looked really terrified, and this woman was really angry, and she was proper digging into my friend because he hadn't given them a month's notice, which he didn't have to give anyway. It was a 0-hour contract, he could have just left. But the guy went and got the wages, and he went to give them to my friend, but instead he held them up from him and refused to give them to him in front of us, and basically said that he'd let them down. He should have given a month's notice, not 2 weeks notice. He didn't live up to his notice, which he did. He gave them 2 weeks notice. They said it was fine. He worked those 2 weeks and then left, which is how it works. So he's holding these wages up from him, and this woman is having a go at him at the same time as this guy is lecturing him as to why it was wrong that he let them down and everything. They were being really patronising, so I sort of stepped in. I said, "Let's just give him the money and we'll go, and we won't come back." And this woman started having a go at me. So I was like, "Don't!" I basically turned around to her as nice as I could and said, "Don't have a go at me. Just give him the money and we will go. He's signed for the money. The money's his. So let's go." And this woman got really aggressive towards me, and she started squaring up to me. She was only small, so I wasn't too bothered. But then she started grabbing hold of me and started throwing me, like forcing me around, and tried to get me to leave the pub through force. Which, as a person there who had done nothing wrong, not going to look too good. So I'm trying to. Well, I've just stood there. She wasn't that strong, so she wasn't really moving me. And the other guy, I could see he was getting quite worried about the fact that she was laying her hands on me, and the fact that it could essentially lead to something. So basically, he told her to get into the office and get out of the way. I could see the worry in his face. So I was basically like, "Just give us the money and we will leave." Like, there's nothing more to it. That's all they had to do. And this woman came back out the office and she started proper digging into me. And I had hardly said anything really up to this point. And she started saying that I had no career, I had no anything, no education. I was scrounging off of benefits. So basically, look at me. I mean, yeah, I'm a benefit scrounging scumbag that doesn't have a career. Great. So that's me in a nutshell. Welcome to me. Hi. But she got really aggressive. So I started giving a bit of mouth back, really, and argued the fact that I do work, I do have a job, and I do have money coming in. I would never claim benefits. I don't think that's not me at all. So I don't personally. Some people deserve it. Like, some people deserve to claim benefits. Some people don't deserve to claim benefits, but they do anyway. I don't see myself as either. I'm not claiming them, whatever reason, at all. So she was wrong on that level, and she started to get really wound up. She went back into the office, and there was hardly anybody in the place, which was convenient because it was rubbish. But the staff, they, as I said before, looked absolutely terrified to be there. And when they saw the owners, they just hid. There was nothing more that they could do, really. They didn't show their faces at all. We were walking through, and there was a waitress just stood there and sort of smiled at us, and then she saw the owner, and she just put her head down like, "I'm not allowed to smile. It's against the rules that the owners have given us." But eventually we managed to get the money, and we started to walk out, and this woman started following us, started pushing us from behind, and she started shouting at us. She was just basically shouting that I'm a benefit scrounging scum, I need to leave and never come back. So I turned around, said my bit. I was like, just shouted to the people that were in the pub. I was like, "Don't come here. This is awful." That's not the word I used, but for the purposes of YouTube, that is the word I used. So I got home and decided to write the post on Facebook. And as I said, they threatened to get their lawyers involved. I also wrote a review on TripAdvisor, which for some reason they didn't publish, because it wasn't an acceptable review that wouldn't help people. So basically, I gave it 1 star. I wrote a similar thing to what I wrote on Facebook, but TripAdvisor wouldn't publish it. They would not, like, no matter what I did, they would not publish that post because they said it wasn't an acceptable review, it wasn't going to help people. But long story short, we got banned. Technically assaulted, as some people would look at it. I personally don't really look at it like that. Like, the first part I would, the sort of nudging out the door, fine, it's her property, she can tell us to leave, but she doesn't have to use force. So that was our experience at this place. I'm still not going to mention the name of it. If you can be bothered, it's on my Facebook somewhere, so if you want to go and check it out, it is on there. And just do whatever really, but please, whatever you do, don't go and leave hate to this place. I know I haven't made it sound like the best place, but don't go and leave hate. It's not worth it. None of it's worth it. Just stay nice, stay yourselves, do whatever you can to keep yourselves and other people happy, be nice, and that's all there really is to say about it. So next week's video is going to be very, very different to this one. Hopefully you're going to have a couple of other people in it as well, just to enjoy it a little bit more. But until then, I guess I will see you next week. If you have liked this video, like it, subscribe, comment down below anything you want to see. And yeah, go check out my social medias, go check out my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook if you really want to, my Snapchat, all of the links will be down in the description below. That's everything. So, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, that would be awesome. Thank you very much guys, peace.